Welcome along to Racing to Win. Yes, this is Hong Kong's twice weekly preview show. Being the weekend, it means it is at the Sha Tin meeting on Sunday that we do focus on today with Paul Lally and Tom Wood on the panel. And Tom, 10 races as per the norm, but an earlier start time with a simulcast race being taken here in Hong Kong from Japan.
Yeah, looking forward to the simulcast, but on the domestic front, some of the fields are a little bit light on the numbers, particularly our feature race, which is race number 3, Class 2, over the 1,600 metres. Beauty Joy had things go against him last start, so I think he's going to be one of the major players in the race. Just has to carry weight and give weight away to the likes of Beauty Fit, who was a bit unlucky last start, but that's the main race, the third.
Yeah, 3 beauty horses look to have good chances in the 2 races that we're going to preview here, and you've got a jackpot for us, Paul.
Yeah, look, it's the first double trio, 300,000 going into that, so you know, a little jackpot there to get your teeth into early, and it's the first double trio.
The meeting details for Sunday are as follows. All races will be on the turf, and the track in use is the A+3. We raced on the A for Derby Day last Sunday. First race 12:45, recapping that, the 2 races we focus on, the Class 2 race number 3 at 1:45 and race number 10 at 5:50, the Class 3 over 1,400 metres. The third race, however, and it is a mile for the Class 2s, and Beauty Joy carries an extra £8 for his second to Cheerful Days. My Sugar has his first start in 6 weeks. CP Brave has had 2 trials and more blinkers in both of them. He'll wear blinkers and a tongue tie. Beauty Fit's a 2-time 1,600 metre winner, and down the bottom looking great. All wins 18 to 2,000 metres, and E-Star Tom, he's gone the other way. All of his wins 1,200 up to 1,400 metres. So what does that mean for speed mappers?
Yeah, well, the speed probably looks to be on the good to slow side here. I think My Sugar will potentially lead this race from barrier number 1. Jerry Chow on board does have the little claim there, so he's more than likely to go forward to Paul. CP Brave from barrier 2 has the blinkers on for the first time. He's had 2 trials with those. And well, I do wonder what they do with Beauty Joy, because they have gone forward with him in the past, but they opted to take him back last start. Yeah,
I'm sort of hedging the bets there in the midfield and the small field. I think we'll see what happens. If he does jump, look, he could get outside My Sugar. That's a possibility as well. But I just thought, yeah, they could easily get there. So that's a possibility. Or they just might want to take some cover. So there's some good options there, I thought, for Zach Bird.
Well, the man himself was chatted to by Nick yesterday to give his thoughts on Beauty Joy, and he was also joined by that pesky bird in the background again.
Zach, a couple of nice rides for you this weekend, notably one in race 3, Beauty Joy in the Class 2. A horse who had a bit of a reversal in form last time at the Valley, but has since trialled well.
Yeah, he's a quirky horse. He was jumping out of the gates really well early in the season, but as he's progressed, he seems to be taking his time to come out of the gates and get himself in a little bit of an awkward spot. I thought his last run was solid, but it wasn't as good as the performance he put up at his Happy Valley win prior to that. And his trial since has been okay. So coming back to Sha Tin, he seems a little bit more comfortable in the gates and seems to jump a little bit better here. So hopefully he does that and he can get himself in the right spot.
Just going back to that run at the Valley, Zach, obviously he found himself a little bit on the back foot, didn't he, early? Just sort of half missed the hop a bit around there.
He's just not jumping as well as he does at the Valleys as what he does at Sha Tin. I don't know if it's the lights or if it's at night or, you know, maybe the shadows. There might be something there that just puts him off because he is a little bit quirky. He can be a little bit nervous in the gate, but he's just not coming out cleanly. When the gate's open, he's not bouncing and running. He's hesitating slightly, and then that's getting him into those awkward spots.
This will be the smallest field that he'll face since he's arrived in Hong Kong. Does that change your sort of mindset coming into the race? Do you perhaps try and roll him forward a bit if he does jump well?
Yeah, it all just depends on the start for him. I'll be guided by how he jumps as to how I'm going to be able to ride him. But you know, these small fields, they're always tactical affairs, and you know, you probably want to be out of trouble as much as you can. It only takes one jockey to get an idea in his mind that he wants to ride against you, and it brings everything undone.
It certainly can do. And just on that debut win when he won round Sha Tin for you over the 14, I mean, form of that's worked out okay, hasn't it? Rise Brethren, who you won on recently, he was behind you, and Cheering Red Sun, and yeah, he's got the right form in the book, hasn't he?
It was an impressive performance as well. He hadn't raced for quite some time going into that race. He bounced and was never going to get beat the way he travelled. He was full of enthusiasm. He was moving well, and it was a really good effort. So a repeat of that performance would hold him well here.
And there he is, Zach Burton, basically saying he's got options in the small field and he does jump better at Sha Tin than what he does at Happy Valley. We go back to Happy Valley now, Tom, and here he is back in the field, Beauty Joy. There he is on the inside. Now we'll roll the replay from this point in the race, because when they get into the back straight, he gets himself all keen and fired up and wants to get their head right up in the air. There it goes right there.
Yeah, he just doesn't settle at this point of the race when the speed's been backed off here by Telecom Fighters with Igniting up on his outside. Just wants to do things wrong. What we didn't see was him being a little bit slow out of the gates, a little bit of a brush, and then as we roll the vision on, he's just not settling here at all. About the 500 metres, Paul, he sort of got himself into a little bit of awkward spot as well when he was following one of the other runners. I think it might have been Zara at the point. Just lost a bit of momentum on the turn.
Yeah, you're looking at this and you think he's not really suited by Happy Valley, but he has won at the Valley before, Beauty Joy. He just looked a little bit, as you say, he got himself a little bit into an awkward position. And a lot of it was his own doing at the start, wasn't it, when he was slightly slow away. So, look, he was always on the back foot from there. He finished off strongly. I do like him a lot better coming back here to Sha Tin.
You could just see there, Zach had a little look over the inside shoulder as well, and he just sort of was looking for the best route to take on him. That's Cheerful Days up the inside. We know he's in a great purple patch of form at the moment. He's really rallied here, and I think, Mark, with the options they've got, provided he jumps, I think they've potentially got lead or outside leader on the cards here for Beauty Joy.
Absolutely, and he was one of very few horses in that race, Paul, to make up ground, him and Cheerful Days. The others didn't show much dash up the straight, which made his run even better. Yeah, no, very much so, and he did hit the line nicely. I don't think he'll lead. There's no way you want to get into a speed battle with My Sugar, though. That's one thing you wouldn't want to do, and My Sugar generally likes to go forward, especially up to the 1600. Here he is, your horse, My Sugar, Paul. You've been very keen on him. Now, this was his first start in some time, and he does get a weight allowance for Jerry Chow this week. E-Star also comes into this race off the back of this one, but he has struggled over 1600 in the past, and Circuit 3's been a pretty busy horse of late too. Yeah, I've liked Circuit 3 in his runs, and he's always caught the eye hitting the line strongly. Up to a mile looks really good for him. So, look, he definitely goes in for me. There's a jockey change there as well with Harry Bentley going aboard. Now, the problem with My Sugar was he had a really uninterrupted run coming into this race. He just felt it at the end there, and you can see him, Zach having a good look around and faded out. But look, he's had 5 really strong gallops. His work's been good, and he comes in with a lightweight in barrier 1, so he's going to be out of trouble in the front. We move on, Tom, to an X-replay. This is a Charity Go. He runs third, looking great. He's dropping back in distance from all of his previous victories.
Yeah, so he was able to win 2 runs ago on a good yielding track over 2,000 metres. So I just wonder about 1,600 from him. He hasn't won 1,600 metres in the past, so I've left him out on that. And Charity Go didn't quite make it in either. I know he's just a course and distance winner, but that was only his 1-win course and distance. He's better over sort of a little bit further up to the 1,800 metres. But they come out of a small tactical affair here where they weren't too far away, Paul. Yeah, look, I agree with what you're saying there, Tom. I haven't got either one of these two, and I prefer both of them over a longer trip.
Now, we've got the split screen happening here, Paul. There's Beauty Fit, who's a 2-time 1,600 metre winner. This race we're showing now is over the 1,400. E-Star comes out of it, and so does Circuit 3, and they're all well back in the field as we roll the replay, turning for home. Yeah, look, Circuit 3 is the one I'm going to take out of this race because he went right to the outside and hit the line really strongly. Up to 1,600 metres by Severbeer looks ideal for him. He's got a senior rider on as well with Harry Bentley riding, so I think he's going to go pretty well. And I really like the way he just finishes off his races strongly here. Beauty Fit didn't have much room.
No, he didn't. And I think there was sort of a split-second decision Wagner Borges had to make with the Beauty Fit last time out. There was the option to come one out off the back of Good Luck Friend there, and in the end chose to go to the inside, and the gap where he probably could have gone opened up. So it was a split-second decision there. He was pretty unlucky.
We need some selections, Paul. Are you with your old favourite, My Sugar?
I am. Look, I didn't put him on top last time because he did have that interrupted preparation. It was first time up over 16. This is his second time up over 1,600 metres. He's had 5 good gallops. He's got barrier number 1. Jerry Chow, I think you'll let him roll in front, My Sugar. So he's on top. Circuit 3, I think he'll get back. He'll be the one running on strongly. Beauty Joy, there are options there for him, whether he goes forward or he tries to get a sit. But he is a quirky horse, Beauty Joy. He's going to come up short. And then CP Brave with the blinkers on should be in the right position. 2, 3, 1, 4.
I've really liked what I've seen from Beauty Fit, and provided he jumps well and can put himself into the race, because he's got a good cruising speed to this horse. I think he's good enough to win this race. Beauty Fit, Beauty Joy rather. Beauty Fit on the inside there had no luck. He'll certainly get his chance here again. Joe Moreira on board, just couldn't squeeze up the inside. E-Star was luckless last start. Yes, he hasn't done too much 1600 metres, but the way he was running home last start and then got held up, I thought 1600 metres here might suit him. And CP Brave with the blinkers, tongue-tie first time, 2 trials with the blinkers on. 1, 6, 8 and 4.
A beauty quinilla from Tom with Joy to Beat Fit. That is part 1 of Racing to Win. The preview of race number 3 we have done. We'll head to a break and come back and have a look at race number 10 right after this. Welcome back to Racing to Win as we preview Sha Tin on Sunday. We've seen race 3 before the break. It's time now to have a look at race number 10. It's a Class 3 over the 1400 metres. The lineup is this way. Killandini at the top of the book is having his first start since New Year's Day. Shining Jim's yet to win past 1200. Beauty Live is back in trip, but he's 2 for 2 over 1400 metres. Racing Fighter is on a 7-day backup. Ace One makes his Sha Tin debut, steps up in trip to the 1400 metres for the first time. We've got Nowitzki, who was disappointing on a yielding track at his first start. Brilliant Way comes up in class. And Righteous Doctrine, he ran second at 93 to 1 last time. So just a field of 11 to go around in the final race, Tom. So we wander across to the speed map, expected to be good to slow again, the tempo in the last.
Yeah, so the pace might only be moderate. Now, Beauty Live went forward to last time, and look, I don't think he had too many excuses there last start. He's dropping back to 1400 metres, and Joe Moreira sticks with him. Killandini, Paul, is fresh up here. He hasn't been seen since beginning of January. He's dropped 26 pounds. He has been gelded. Yeah,
so he's been gelded. Brilliant Way can be a little bit more forward as well. Circuit Stella won't be too far away. Decrypt's sort of mixing his racings, going backwards and forwards, and Season's Bliss I thought could get a nice run midfield.
All right, so that is the speed map for race number 10. Beauty Live, big chance he's going to start favourite, if not certainly one of them in the last. And as Tom said, Joe Moreira is sticking with him after riding Brilliant Way last time. This is what Joe told Nick yesterday.
Joe, Beauty Live is a horse you'll ride this weekend. Obviously a very smart horse. He got beaten last time, Joe, but how much are you looking forward to getting back on him this Sunday? He's down in trip as well.
I'm very much looking forward to get back on him. As I said, he's going to go back in distance, and I think that's a very smart move from Frankie. His form before that was indicated that he might appreciate shorter distance than a mile better, and I think he was beaten by an informed horse, a horse that has been hitting the bar multiple times in the class. I know he has won probably his last 3 races. I mean, the winner, the horse that ended up beating him. So that indicates that he was in great form. And about Beauty Life, I think just because he was left in front and he's still a little bit inexperienced, he was beaten. But you know, this time it's going to be a bit different. He's always going to have horses to lead him to be looking at over shortened distance, and I'm really confident that he's going to be able to bounce back the best form that he had just before he got beaten last time.
How's his track work been since then, Joe? You've had a sit on him since that performance over the mile. Has he give you all the right signs to suggest he can bounce back?
He can, of course. He has. He doesn't need to improve. He just needs to go there and do his best. He's very far off where he's gonna get to. I mean, rate-wise, he's got a lot of ability as a racehorse. He's got such a strong, beautiful body. It's just a matter of time until he's able to really understand that he has to put it all together, go there and deliver the races. Class 3 is going to be no problem to him, and I guess he's going to go past maybe even the Class 2.
Joe, just finally, you'd obviously have a good handle on this race. Brilliant Way lines up in the race as well. He'll be partnered by Wagner this weekend. Is he your biggest danger in your mind, do you feel, that John Sizes Grey?
He has to be one of the dangers because he's in form. He's very light racehorse. He only run twice. Is obviously going to be carrying lightweight on his back, which is in his favor. I was booked to ride Frankie's horse before that, even knowing that I can't split them at this stage. But it's a race that you have to be respecting both of those horses, Brilliant Way and so too Beauty Life. But as I said, I'm looking forward to see it on the back of Beauty Life, and I'm confident that he can bounce back and do what he's done in the past.
So there you have it, Paul. It was a prior booking for Beauty Live, and it's not an easy race for Beauty Live to bounce back in. Brilliant Way looks a promising horse, and Circuit Stella hasn't been too far away.
Yeah, no, he hasn't. But I do like Beauty Live coming back to 1400. He was just beaten by Leading Fortune last time, who did win 3 in a row as a rock-hard fit horse. So I thought back to the 1400 metres, he's definitely going to get his chance.
Yeah, he's going to get his chance, no doubt, back to the 1400 metres this time, Beauty Live. But for a 1.52's on favourite to be beaten like he was the last start, I think he'd go down in the disappointing category last start.
All right, move on to the others in the field. And here is Circuit Stella. Tom, he runs 6th here. This was over 1,400 metres as well. He's placed 2 from 4 course and distance. Comes up with a beautiful draw this week too.
Yeah, barrier number 1, Mark, so he's going to get all favours from there. He's been really honest. He had to settle a long way back and he was wide on the turn, but he still ran well. That was from barrier 11. Prior to that, he had barrier 9, and then prior to that, he had barrier 1 behind Navas 2. But he's run into Galaxy Witness here, Paul, who we know is no slouch.
Yeah, look, he ran on nicely enough. But look, the best he's done here is in Hong Kong is a 3rd from his 6 starts. So Beauty Live did beat him fair and square 2 starts ago.
Shining Gem is in the next replay, Paul. Now, he runs 4th in this race, but he's yet to win anything past 1,200 metres.
Yeah, that's the key for him. And look, they've been mixing his racing. They've been racing at Happy Valley and Sha Tin. Look, he's capable on his day. He's a 4-time winner from his 36, but from barrier 8, he didn't make it in for me.
Ran into Lucky Swainess last start. This was him behind Running Glory, who's since performed well. He'll get his chance again. He's got a 50% top 4 strike rate, either 3rd or 4th from his 6 starts. So I'm going to keep him safe despite not winning up to 1,400 yet.
Brilliant Way. Tommy comes up in grade, so he's got absolutely nothing on his back. He was costly a few times early in his career when they've put plenty of money on him, but he gets the job done in this replay.
Yeah, and he's beaten a serial place getter and a bit of a money vacuum Infinity Win here, who goes round earlier on in the card. So at this point here, you probably thought he was going to race on by, but he hasn't really been able to shake them off. But we know, Paul, when these 3-year-olds get up in grade with the lightweight, they can be certainly dangerous.
Yeah, look, the thing with him is he's been green. I just don't think the penny's dropped for this horse, even though he did win that race. He's had a lot of greenness in his runs. He's still a young horse. And look, I think there's a lot of raw potential there for him. You can see he's had the 3 starts and he's been won and placed in the other 2.
And that win, Paul, importantly came at the 1,400 metres of Sunday's race too.
Yeah, exactly. He comes in with the lightweight, so I think he's a good chance. He's definitely in for me.
And we move on, Tom, to Decrypt, who runs a 4th, and Righteous Doctrine. We've only known him over 1,800 metres till this race. At massive odds, he actually looked the winner. And again, it's over 1,400 this race, as it is on Sunday.
He ran a bottler here last start. Michael Chang and Keith Young team up again. Was much improved. He came from well back. He sort of hit the front here at about the 175, but then was run down by co-partner Ambition. And Decrypt, Paul, who knows what Decrypt's going to do, but can he put 2 good runs in a row together?
Yeah, either one of these horses, that's the query with them, and it was a great run. And there was a bit of money for Righteous Doctrine on the day as well. Look, neither of them made it in, though. I think this is a lot tougher, this race.
It is a good field, Paul. There's some nice up-and-comers in this. Who have you settled on?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Beauty Live, Joe Moreira's mountain in this. Look, I like the fact he's coming back to 1,400 metres. I think that's the key for him. He just got beaten by a horse in really good form last time who was going for 3 in a row. So he's on top, Beauty Live. Brilliant Way in there for 2nd. He's looked green in all 3 of his runs, but there's a lot of raw talent there, and he does come in with a really light weight. A Season's Bliss, I think he's going to get himself into a nice position from barrier 5. He can run on strongly. And Circuit Stella, look, from barrier 1, he'll get his opportunity, but he's still a maiden from his 6 starts. 4, 10, 6 and 2.
I'll settle with Circuit Stella this time round with a good barrier draw. Zach Purton on the board. He's going to get all favours. He's been pretty honest since he's been here. Brilliant Way gets his chance. He's got the really light weight on his back for John Size and Vague de Borges. Beauty Live, beaten his 2's on favourite last start. Had every chance pretty much. Couldn't find any excuses for him being beaten there. Was just ran into one better on the day. And Shining Gem goes in. 1,400 metres, probably a little question mark, but hasn't been far away recently. So 2, 10, 4 and 3.
There it is, the preview for race number 10. There's 2 races, races 3 and 10 we've looked at here on Racing to Win, which means, Paul, there's 8 other winners to find on the card.
Yeah, some little smaller fields earlier on. I do like Flying Season earlier on the card. I think he can win the first. He's looked good in both his starts. I also like my day, Zach Purdon's mount, teaming up with Dennis Yip. Sacred Ibis down in grade, he looks promising as well. I like Campione's debut run here in Hong Kong as well. And Country Treasure looks an exciting newcomer.
And we've come to that time of the show, Paul. We need a best bet, we need a long shot, and we need a play for Sha Tin on Sunday, please.
Race 5 for my best. Number 2 here, Campione, went really well on debut. He was unbeaten before he got to Hong Kong, and he just faded late. It was a really good run from him. I think he can win race 5, number 2, Campione. And the long shot there, race 9, number 3, Handsome 12. A really good run from him on the all-weather last start. And he's coming back to the turf, up to 1,400 metres, looks good. And we'll do the play in that race with the horse that I think will start favourite, Oriental Smoke, Handsome 12, and another outsider in Painter, QQP 1, 3 and 8.
My best comes up in race 6. It's horse 3, Country Treasure. He's on debut, the son of Hello to Crown. He's been trialling really well. Joe Marrera, John Symes from barrier 4. Race 6, number 3, Country Treasure. And the value comes up in race 5. It's number 8, Majestic Knight. Ran really well, the 3-year-old by Reduced Choice. First up, was only beaten a length and a half behind the talented Flying Ace at a big price. So I think he can run a race with Lyle Hewitson. And the play in the last race, the top 3, I think, in the market. 2 Circuit Stellar, 4 Beauty Live, and 10 Brilliant Way.
I'm going to stick solid with Millennium Falcon. Harry Bentley takes the ride for Benno Young. He does carry an extra £6 to that victory on the good to yielding track last time over Lifeline Vision, but he did it very well. He scored by 2 lengths at the winning post. Sacred Ibis, just like Paul, Jerry Chow on the long shot. He's won 3 from 5 when he's come down in class. Unknown over 2,000 metres, but his racing style does suggest that the 2,000 metres looks good. And the play, race 8, the Quinella. Millennium Falcon Boomstitch has got the blinkers on for the first time. Expect him to sharpen up a bit with them as well. So race 8, numbers 1 and 6 for the play. That has just about been Racing to Win for Sha Tin on Sunday, Tom. Of course, it's a busy week for Sha Tin too. We've got racing Sunday, Wednesday, and then again next weekend at the big track too. Yeah,
next to Wednesday night, so we're here at Sha Tin for a dirt meeting. The main race is Class 1. There's no willpower in that race, but there's Kerpenny, Duke Y, a Majestic Star, who trialled really well the other day. So that is the main race Wednesday night.
Yeah, you'll get a few surprise results of that Wednesday night meeting as well. So there's always good punting opportunities.
Thanks to both Paul and Tom. That has been Racing to Win. Good luck with your investments come Sunday at Sha Tin. A reminder, an early start, the first at 12:45. Bye-bye.